What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Adam. It's hashtag something. I don't know what I'm calling it today. Um, it's Tuesday. It's the 17th of September, and I've been a resident of Houston, Texas or the greater Houston area, I should say, for this is like day 6. I don't remember the last day I uploaded a video. I think it may have been Friday or Thursday. Maybe Thursday evening. I don't remember. Um, it's I had to take a few days of just days off. Friday, I was done. Spent. I had no energy at all. After everything, the move, getting settled in, it was just an opportunity for me to sit and do nothing for a day, and I took it. I did nothing on Friday. Saturday, I did very little. Sunday, I did a little more. Yesterday, I did a little more than that. So each day has been progressively more energetic and moving the ball forward on things I have to do. And today was the first day I actually had to step up and get some things done. And I had to drive into town, take care of some things with the probation office, which went pretty smooth. And I'm home now, at my friend's place. I don't have a lot to talk about. I have nothing queued up on my list of things. I'm not 100% sure which direction I'm going to go with doing these videos here out, but I'm not going to stop. This channel's not going anywhere. So I know a bunch of you have been commenting, where'd you go? And that kind of stuff. And so here I am. I just needed a few days to unwind and decompress and start to...
Move back.
Oh, you taking off?
Yeah.
All right. Just had to decompress and unwind a little bit. Okay. So, yeah, I don't have much to talk about today. That's going to change. I know a lot of you have been asking me for, the whole time I've been doing these videos about getting into the details of what happened and some of the experiences I went through being in prison and like the full story. And I said I wanted to wait until I got my hands on all of my documents, my paperwork. I did keep a little bit of a journal as I was going through this whole thing. So I have that all in my possession once again. So that is something I can start to go through, and I'll probably put a series together about that. I don't really know what else. I'm not doing it today. I don't know if I'm going to do a video every single day for a bit. But I should be able to do a few minutes tomorrow, today. I think I just got to get back into that routine. I set up a workspace. I have room to breathe. I can sit in front of a computer. I don't have to pack a computer down now when I go to the bathroom. It's definitely it's been a great experience so far. Being here in Texas, the weather is nice and warm, but it's not ridiculously hot. It's certainly not Miami type of heat. It's, Houston is parallel more or less with the Florida Panhandle, Jacksonville, that area. That would be the most similar climate that I'm familiar with. But it's definitely there's been a couple of hot days so far that I've been here. But it's not anything that's going to drive me nuts. I like the heat. I don't mind it. I'm wearing jeans today, and it's probably 90 degrees outside. I don't know. I definitely am glad to be out of Western New York now that fall weather has set in. Everything has been pretty smooth. I had some I have things I have to cross off my list still. Now that I'm here, there's a lot of things I got to take care of. 2 of which I have to do today or tomorrow morning at the latest. And just very much have to, but God has provided the means for me to do it. I don't know how much. I think I mentioned this in a previous video over the last few days, but I had a situation I have to take care of that is going to cost me a few $100, and I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I mean, I do have some. I am doing a little bit of work right now, contract work, but things are tight, and I don't know when the next payday is coming, and so. In the meantime, I'm just trying to hold on to that, keep my bank account from going empty. But something came up. I have to pay some money. And when I returned the rental car, when I signed the paperwork, and because the rental car company is going to take a $300 deposit on the vehicle rental, for whatever reason, in case you go more days than you told them you were going to go, and some other things. It's just like a hotel room where they're going to put an authorization on your charge card that's more than the cost of the room, and then after you check out of the hotel, you're going to get that money back. And so I was supposed to get $300 back, and that was right out of the gate, and that I was already planning on having that money back. But when I returned the rental car, I think it was because I slipped in under the return time. I think I got 1 day off of my rental because of when I returned it. The time of day that I returned it was less than the 24-hour mark from the previous day. I don't know how it all worked, but they gave me $511 back instead of the $300 I was expecting. So there's $211 of the $300 that I needed. And then some money did come out of nowhere to make up for the other $90, but then that went away. But basically it all worked out, and I'm able to do what I need to do. And then because of my conviction, there was a fine that has to be paid, and it's not ridiculous in terms of what a fine could have been. But I met with my probation officer today, and he told me that if I have the means to pay it, I need to pay it like right now. And so God put that on me to get it done. And so one way or another, I was hoping to hold on to that money a little longer, but I'm just, if that's the situation I'm in, holding on to that money until I get another job, until I get income on a regular basis, that's more of a situation you're just trading one set of problems for another set of problems. And at the end of the day, you've still got problems. So by paying off the fine today, or at the very latest tomorrow morning, it'll be off my chest. It'll be something I never have to deal with again. And I can do it. It's just going to put me back in a situation of being financially strapped. And so, but there are, God, I trust that he's going to provide, and I trust that he put this on me. He provided the means for me to get to Texas without having to rely on anybody else but him. He put the money in that I need to take care of the thing that I need to do. That's going to be a few $100. And the money is there to pay off this fine completely. Get it out of my hair. It's out of my life. It's taken care of. Once I log into a website and pay it today. I may have, depending, because of the time zone difference between here and Pittsburgh, and I just got back from all of this stuff today that I had to do, and so I'm kind of in this, I'm taking a little mental break. And then after I get done shooting this video, I'm going to set up and respond to some employment job opportunity emails that came my way today. And then I'm going to sit down and pay these bills. And then from there, I'm just going to have to trust that God is going to put that money back in my account, one way or another. There's multiple ways that that could happen, but I just have to believe that it's going to be better for me to take care of these things than to hold on to the money, waiting for the next thing to arrive. And it's still going to be, I'm still going to be able to put food on the plate and all of that. But it's definitely a tight situation once again, and it's definitely, I don't know what the word is, but it's definitely forcing me once again to just have faith that God's going to work it out for me, and kind of riding on the knife's edge of sanity, I guess, whatever the word is, whatever the right word is for that. But just, constantly riding on the knife's edge of not knowing how the problems are going to be solved that come my way next. And so, but I've seen enough. I'm not going to lie. I've seen enough of his work in the last month, going back to that crazy day at Tim Hortons when everything just started to unwind and the synchronicity just started to hit every day. And it's there. The synchronicity is still off the chain. I feel like everything that's happening is happening for a reason. God gave me the means to take care of these important things that need to be done. And once I get them done, that's going to be just another wave of relaxation and decompression and unwinding of all of the stress that built up over all these months. Each time I cross something off this list that I'm working on crossing off, each time I get something done on the list, it just brings a sigh of relief. And there's always going to be more items on the list. It's a never ending list. I clear off a couple of things that are stressful, and 2 new things get added on to the opposite end of things that need to be done. And that was no different today. Some things were added to the list today that, in and of themselves aren't extremely stressful, but there's, it's certainly, things are certainly in a better place than they were weeks ago. And just having a few days this past weekend to unwind, I got all caught up on Star Wars, all the Star Wars episodes that I missed while I was locked up and going through this whole process. I think I'm 100%, well, except for the bad one that just came out that nobody likes. But all the good stuff I'm caught up on in terms of the Star Wars universe. I am fully versed in all that's going on with the Force, and all up to date with that. So as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen anything that is new to me, other than that one show that nobody likes that just came out. I may have to watch it because I'm that much of a fan. I'm gonna sit down. I even watched all the animated series, that go with it. I'm short of everything but reading all the books. So I don't know, but it was just nice to be able to kick back, relax, eat healthy. I've been eating pretty healthy over the last week. It's been, as of it was a week ago yesterday that I left Jamestown and got on the road, and I arrived here on Wednesday night. And so last Thursday was my first full day as a Texas resident. And so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, this is day 6 of Texas. And from here, I don't know, I've got a lot on my plate. I got to try and find a job with steady income. I've got to get some projects done. I've got all kinds of things on my plate, but I've seen God's hand at work over the last month, over the last month for sure. It's just beyond, it's beyond any, logical explanation if I put it all in place and just say everything that happened and the way everything just fell into place. Even today, if I didn't get this job, this contract job, this contract job that allowed me to fund my trip to get here, I would have had more problems today if I didn't have that money in the bank. And so, I just feel like everything happened for a reason the way it did. And, I've still got a lot of work ahead of me, and I've got a lot of life to rebuild, and I've got a lot. It's still pretty daunting, the stuff that I have to take care of, and the stuff that I'm facing even now. Even though I've got a roof over my head, I've got, good friends I'm staying here with. I'm in a good place. If I'm going to rely on walking and bicycling to get around for a while, it's warm. Last New Year's Eve, my best friend said that they were out in shorts and a t-shirt on New Year's Eve. So it may get cold, it may get a little chilly from time to time here, but it's not going to be like Jamestown, New York in the winter. That is for sure. We're definitely past the hottest part of the year here, but it's still hot. It's still summer. It's very much summer. This would be considered a super hot day in Jamestown, and it's just a relatively hot day here in Texas. So I don't really have, I'm going to keep this one under 20 minutes because I just want to upload. I just wanted to get in touch with you all so that you're not wondering what happened. Is Adam going to stop doing videos now that he's, in Texas? No. The whole point of this channel is to show people that you can hit rock bottom and you can come back from that. And you can still rebuild a life after you've hit rock bottom, even if it was your own stupidity that put you in that situation. And so, I can't sit here and say it wasn't my fault. I can certainly say that there was a lot of overreaction and there were a lot of things that went with this experience that I don't think I deserved. The level of which it was dished out to me, and I'm never going to believe otherwise. But the point of this video channel right here on YouTube is to show that you can hit rock bottom even if it's your own fault. And through the grace of God and, his works, because I keep saying over and over, I've said it many times on this channel, I can't do this on my own. And just the last month, all the different things that have happened leading up to me getting here, I didn't do it on my own. There's no way I can take little bits of credit in the sense that I did what God wanted me to do. At least I feel like I did. I took the steps in the direction that I was supposed to go. But he unlocked all the doors. He put the opportunities in front of me. He provided for my needs. And yes, I'm still living day to day, wondering how this is all going to work out, because I still feel like I'm hanging over the edge of the cliff. But, there was a couple times where I said, it feels like I'm at the Grand Canyon and I'm being held over the edge. God's got me by the back of my shirt and he's holding me over the edge of the Grand Canyon to where he could just let go. And there's nothing I can do to stop myself from falling 4,000 feet to the rocks below. But he's holding on to my shirt. He's not letting me go. But there's been many times where I use that analogy and I say, I really need to take a step back and enjoy the scenery and not be hanging over the edge. And, I still feel like I'm hanging over the edge a little bit, but I feel like he's pulled me back a little bit from the edge. And it's not, like almost to the point where if he did let go of my shirt, I'd have a small chance of being able to grab onto the edge or keep my balance and keep from tipping over. the edge to my doom. So I'm just looking forward to him pulling me back away from the edge to where I can stand, not on my own, but without his, side by side or whatever you want to call it, where I can just stand there and admire the scenery and not be looking straight down over the edge of that thing. And so I'm just going to leave it there. I don't really, like I said, I don't have anything specific to talk about, but I'm just letting y'all know that this channel's not going anywhere. For now, this will be the only channel I'm updating, along with maybe, TikTok and the other social media platforms. But when it comes to creating new content in terms of photography and video editing, I've got some work to do there. I've got to clean up some cameras, and there's a pile of work on my plate in many different departments right now, but at least I'm in a place where I can start moving forward on that stuff instead of moving backward. And so I'm grateful for that. And hopefully, whatever you guys are going through, I hope that you're able to work it out. I hope that you're able to reach out and ask God for help, because, I'm just living by his provision right now. I am still just day to day, one day after the next, just relying on him to help me through, to get to that finish line each day. And I can't really think too much farther ahead than one day at a time right now. So there are a ton of things I got to get done. I got to get deeper with being organized about a lot of different things. But, God has given me the means to take care of a lot of problems just in the last few weeks, including this week. And, I'm just going to continue to try and move that ball forward, and hopefully everything just, continues to fall into place. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good time. I'll try to check in. Maybe I'll have something more structured to talk about tomorrow. I will try to do at least a few minutes every day, but there might be some days that I'm just too overwhelmed to get to it. And until I get back into that daily rhythm, I'm just going to have to play it by ear and see how things go. So anyway, I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all able to accomplish what you're setting out to do. And I'll check back with you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace out.